Hi, so today I want to do a video to support opening the spine. Now your spine has three different ways it can, well there's many ways it can move, but there's three major ways that it can move. It can move forward and back, which is called flexion and extension. It can twist from side to side, and it can do lateral flexion, which is leaning from one side to the other. So those are the three major ways the spine moves. And I'm going to show you a wonderful exercise that works with all three. It's a three-way stretch. So let's begin with a nice stable posture, and then slowly let your left hand reach up towards the ceiling and your right hand drop down towards the floor. A little bit of reaching for heaven and earth. You want to get a nice big stretch up and down. And then I'm going to invite you to drop the upper hand, cup the hand, and grab the back of your neck right at the base of the skull. And bring the back of this hand to your lower back. So it's going to look like this. You got this hand on the lower back, you got this one on the back of the neck, so that you feel nice and supported here. And now take your left elbow and slowly bend over, drop down, and bring your left elbow towards your right knee. And kind of look over to the right side. And then slowly come up. Slow is good, helps the blood come with you. Now you're going to turn your hips to the left. And now I'm going to invite you to lean back and look up towards the ceiling. And you can support your head with your left hand there. And then come back down. Turn your hips back to center, and then continue to turn them over to the right side. And now twist and look over your right shoulder, and you can even help support that twist with your hand, upper hand. And then slowly come back to the center. Now with any of these, make sure you're listening to your body. Don't overstretch. It's really important you don't do that. You want to work with your own body. So, sometimes less is more. So let's stretch up. Let the arms circle around like you're making an outline of the earth, and now the right arm goes up and the left arm goes down. Nice big stretch here, stretching those muscles in the back on each side. Drop that right hand and caress the back of the neck, right there at the base of the skull. Bring your left hand around, back of the hand, and let it touch your lower back. And slowly, doing your right elbow to your left knee. Bending forward, there we go. Look over to the left. And then slowly come back up. Starting from your hips now, let's turn your hips to the right. And then once you turn to the right, look up. Holding the back of the head, nice way to support the head as you look up towards the ceiling. And then let's come back. Twist your hips through the center line and all the way over to the left. And turn and look over your left shoulder, twisting, looking behind you. Or if that's too much, just look over to the left side. See what feels right for you. And then slowly come back. Good. And release and stretch. Good, and circle the arms around. Stretch again, left arm up, right arm down. Bring the back of the left hand to the neck, other hand to the lower back, right between the kidneys, called Ming Men. And then elbow comes down towards the knee, or touch the knee if you're really flexible. And then slowly come up. Starting by moving the hips, turn them to the left. And then hold the head as you look up towards the ceiling. Now you can look straight above you. That's more challenging, or off into the distance above you, which is a little less of a stretch, a little bit easier to do. And then come back. Slowly twist your hips over to the right and look over your right shoulder. Good, and now let's come back. Release the hands, stretch again, and circle around. Right arm up, left arm down. Flexing those knees a little bit as well is always nice. And then drop that right hand to the back of the head, left hand to your lower back, and bring that right elbow down to your left knee, or towards it. And then slowly come up. Turn your hips to the right. And let's look up. And then back and down. Slowly turn your hips to the left. And now let's look over the left shoulder. Great. And come back to the center. Let's do each side one more time. Let's begin by just circling around. Let's go right into the circle. Stretch, left arm up, right hand down. Grab a hold of the back of the neck. Opposite hand goes to the lower back. And slowly bring down the elbow towards the right knee. And then slowly come back up. Slow is good so you don't hurt anything. Turn your hips to the left and look up. Holding, nice support for the neck here. Come back, drop the head as we slowly turn our hips to the right. And then look over your right shoulder. Good, and then come back to the center. And let's circle the arms around. And reach. And back of the head, back of the lower back. And drop that right elbow to the left knee. Slowly come back. You can also feel it stretches a lot of muscles. It's quite a big full body stretch. Turn your hips to the right and look up. And then come back. Slowly turn your hips through center and over to the left. And we'll finish by looking over your left shoulder. Nice upright posture so you really accentuate the spine. And then come back to center. And then slowly let your arms come down and just feel your spine. Take a few deep breaths. That's a wonderful stretch. It's a safe one to do every day, especially if you're doing a lot of sitting. So I hope that helps. Have a wonderful day. Take care.